which basically is a fancy way of saying that you guys own the asset jointly, but it's actually looked at as one asset. So if you got sued and your spouse didn't, then they couldn't get a hold of the asset.
Yep.
So
if you both get sued, though.
Yeah, if you both get sued, all bets are off. There's nothing perfect.
It's better than the alternatives, but it's not bulletproof at all.
Yeah. And I think another thing about asset protection is there is no bulletproof asset protection strategy. None. So there are different levels of how strong a strategy is, but I don't know that there's anything that's 100% foolproof. Okay. And you know what? If you do something wrong, you ought to take responsibility for it as well. I just don't think it should cost you like everything that you've built up for.
Yeah, of course.
Because you don't know like exactly, what the reason was and who's going after you and for what purpose.
Yep.
So, all these things I think are, take it with a grain of salt, but that's I think another important point. There's no bulletproof asset protection when it comes to this. And, okay. So what's the other tool that we have?
I'd say the second line of defense is just insurance.
Yeah. So this is what insurance is for.
Car insurance protects you in car accidents. Yep. Homeowners insurance protects you if your house burns down or if someone slips and falls on your driveway. Mm-hmm. There's endless types of insurance out there. I don't think we want to get into every one of them, but
no, but I mean, you can rattle them off pretty easily. You should have auto and homeowners insurance, and you guys should have high liability limits. I mean, you're not 21 years old anymore, and make $20 an hour.
Yep.
You guys have money. It's make sure your limits are high. You're going to need them anyway if you want to qualify for an umbrella policy, which is another type of insurance that kind of will act as just like that, as an umbrella.
Yeah, it's a liability policy. It's additional liability. Yep.
So and you're going to want to have that. And you're going to probably want to have an umbrella policy for maybe your net worth, equal to your net worth. I think up to $5 million is what you can get.
Yep.
And it varies in cost from state to state. In Florida, it's pretty expensive.
I would say on average, it's like $300 per million.
Yeah, that's definitely not in Florida.
No, Florida's probably more than double that.
Yeah, yes, it is. It's like $750 for $1 million.
Yeah.
So it's, but anyway, so that type of insurance, obviously, on the business side, professional liability insurance. If you have your building, there's commercial insurance you're going to need. I mean, all these things are going to be required. And, look, just make sure you have them and make sure someone is keeping these things up to date. You're keeping in, the policies paid and premiums up to date and all those things and
review. I mean, it's not something you got to do every 6 months, but you should probably once every year or two actually review like what coverage amounts do I have?
Yeah.
So we were just doing that with car insurance for mine and your policies.
Yeah.
And it's confusing, right? There's all these different bodily injury, uninsured motorists, gap insurance, blah,
talk
blah,
to
blah.
your agents on all those things. And, but to me, it's like, okay, I mean, like I said, I'm willing to pay a little bit more in coverage because I want to make sure like anything that happens, there's ample coverage there.
Yeah.
For that, so, like I said, the when you start having, millions of dollars of net worth, you need to spend a little bit more on trying to protect this stuff. Like I said, you're not a college student anymore trying to get away with, $50 a month in insurance. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. It's money well spent.
Yes. Peace of mind too. So, so all those things. So review all your auto, homeowners insurance, your fire insurance, flood insurance, all those things on, I'm sure once a year, most people do health insurance reviews, to make sure that, those are in play. And I'm not going to begin to tell you like what to get on that, but okay. And then other types of insurance, obviously life insurance. We're big proponents of life insurance.
Of course.
And that needs to be something that everyone should review very frequently. It's been my experience that most people are vastly underinsured when it comes to how much they have. There's rules of thumb, there's different calculations. We're not going to bore you guys with all those. But, I think a simple rule of thumb, is like, look at how much income that you make, and take a multiple of that, maybe by 10, 15, to get some kind of an idea. And then from there, you can kind of figure out like what kind of blend of insurance should I have? Should I have more term insurance? Should I have permanent insurance? Again, this gets into talking strategy and all those things. And you guys should be talking with your people about that. But first and foremost, get the proper amount of coverage. I've never seen someone that was upset because they died and they said, oh, geez, there was just too much life insurance here. We didn't need this much. Like no one's ever said that before.
No.
But I can tell you the people that have died prematurely, and we've had a couple of those that didn't have hardly any insurance, and that sucks.
Yeah, no, it's you're insuring your income to your family is what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.